JSE in South Africa managing to close almost 0.5% stronger today at a new record high. Just let me get that number for you. 42,685 points is where we settled. In the meantime, the JSE today reporting its interim results. That's showing a 35% rise there in headline earnings, as well as a 16% increase in revenue. That's to 793.5 million rand. We've now got Artie Takwedin, CFO of the JSE, joining us now from the JSE to give us some insight into what's driving earnings. Thanks for joining us today, Artie. So as I was saying earlier, it's volumes really that we're seeing picking up on the equity front. We saw volumes during the period up 60%. So give us some insight into what's driving those.
Yeah, certainly. Some of it a bit of market sentiment, positive sentiment, Samantha. I think predominantly we're realizing the benefits of the equity market trading platform. It is pretty world class and at 400 times the speed, faster than last year in place. I think that's predominantly driving the growth.
Yeah. Okay, so looking at key growth areas for you right now, because we know that the equity market remains the predominant revenue generator, but you refer to in your earnings that you don't have any areas of the company that are mature. So what is the area that you see showing the most promising growth opportunities?
Well, certainly we've seen proportionate growth throughout all our business units, with the exception of commodities. All our business units have had some strong double-digit growth. Listings compared is online with the World Federation of Exchanges, muted listings, but high activity on corporate action space. Market data also averaging 13% year-on-year growth over the last 6 years. We've got the 20% and 21% respectively on equity market and post-trade services growth. So that's not necessarily muted by or shadowed by the bonds and financial derivatives growing at 20% year on year. So I think pretty healthy growth, proportionate throughout the business.
And what progress are you making? Because you refer to getting government bond trading on an electronic trading platform. Where are you right now in those negotiations? Any closer?
I think certainly progress since we've last spoken. Definitely progress. We're working with National Treasury. We hope to get finality on functionality, because obviously that is yet to be determined with National Treasury, and thereafter obviously a business case that works for the JSE as a business.
Yeah. I mean, we know how also large the OTC market is in South Africa, and this is an area that the JSE is hoping to bring under its belt. Likely that's going to be in your horizon. I mean, what are the key areas that need to be addressed before that happens?
So certainly market participants buy-in and collaboration and consultation with market participants, definitely something we need to have before we explore further. We're still in its infancy in terms of design and exploring on the business case. OTC talks to our integrated clearing and trading strategy, and that is a 2017 vision.
Mm-hmm. Just looking at the overall equity market right now, I mean, it's been a muted time when it comes to new listings. I suppose one of the standouts has been, the fact that we saw Sibanye Gold coming out of Goldfields ultimately, but been a muted time. Is it hard to get companies to list on the JSE right now?
I think we follow a global trend. In fact, we comfortably on par with global trends. The World Federation of Exchanges just communicated a global trend of 0.1% increase in listings. So, and that is obviously taking delistings into consideration. We're working on a strong pipeline of larger listings, which work obviously better for us.
Mm-hmm. So where the new listings going to come from? I mean, you've talked about depository receipts, hoping to get those coming through from Africa, or are we going to see some kind of secondary listings from companies that are offshore?
Certainly Africa, but for the short term, we're seeing the REITs because of the tax incentives granted to them recently in the industry. We're seeing a lot of activity around REITs listings.
And lastly, Artie, to end off on a positive note, we're following Twitter as always, and true to his Twitter, I suppose, breaking news on Twitter, we saw Michael Jordan coming out today and telling us through Twitter that he is joining the JSE board. So he seems to be wanting to do that via remote control, because saying he's not going to be booking any flights to Joburg anytime soon. But talk to us about that appointment and what it means to the JSE.
Yeah, we're very excited about the association. We're looking forward to Michael's energy and expertise and his contribution going forward. Obviously, his appointment comes into play 1 January next year, so we're very excited about that.